Hey guys, it's Christy. So tonight is a busy night and this meal takes a little bit, I like to cook it a little bit longer, and I don't want to make you guys hang around and watch all the mundane part of it. So I'm actually going to do it in a video so I can edit it a little bit, just to cut down on the time. So what I'm making is Cajun chicken and sausage pasta. It's one of Brian's favorite because it has Cajun sausage in it. So just wanted to show you what tools I use and maybe they can help you out in your kitchen. So one of my favorite things is our all-purpose pot, and you can actually get a steamer with it, a steamer basket, so you can do like spaghetti and meatballs. You steam the meatballs in the top while the spaghetti's cooking in the bottom. You can do shrimp in the top while the pasta's cooking in the bottom for some shrimp Alfredo. So it's great if you have a large family or just want to make a big meal to eat it throughout the week. So I'm going to put you guys over here on the stand and show you the rest of it. So the all-purpose pot is 7.5 quarts. It's kind of thicker on the bottom and thinner on the sides, so when it heats up, it makes for even heat distribution all the way around the pot. So that's kind of cool in the way that Pampered Chef designed it. So I want to show you you see it? This is our new multi-grater slicer. This is taking the place of the ultimate mandolin. So it actually, there's 4 different blades. There's a fine grating blade, a coarse grating blade, a slicer, and then an ice chipper. So if you want to make some, some snow cones for the summer. So it actually has a suction cup on the bottom. So you want to make sure that your countertop is nice and clean. And mine has some cheese on it because you saw I started a little bit earlier. So you just flip the lever to lock it onto your countertop. And then I've got some Parmesan cheese that I'm going to grate. You can use this, kids can use this, it's safe because the blade is inside. So they're just going to crank the handle and we get some nice finely grated fresh cheese. No preservatives, no chemicals that they put in the shredded cheese, no wood chips, nothing unhealthy. If you buy a block of cheese, it's usually cheaper than buying the pre-sliced cheese, so you can buy it and freeze it. Just a little tip. So save some money and get a few less extra additives added in. So let's stick this out of the way. Actually, everything comes apart, by the way, because the blade is dishwasher safe. So you see when things start flying apart, it's because I'm picking it up. So we need a cup of grated Parmesan to go in a little later. Show you some of our cutting tools. This is our closing cut. This thing is awesome because, number one, it's dishwasher safe, and you guys will learn that's one of my favorite things. But it has these pressure plates, so you can put, what I'm gonna do is put this chicken on here and cut it in half because the chicken at our grocery store is getting bigger and bigger and it's way out of control for the portion size. So I'm actually going to get it back down to a more normal portion. These are our tongs. This is the mini tongs. And these are great because when they're up like this, they're locked and they don't fly open. When you turn them down, they're gravity operated so they spring open. So when you put them in your drawer, you can be sure that they're not going to fly open and then lock your drawer so you can't get the drawer open. So the closing cut is also great for if you want to make chicken salad and you put grapes in your chicken salad, or if you have young kids that you need to cut the grapes for, you can put a handful of grapes or tomatoes in here and slice them all at one time instead of one at a time. So I'm just using a knife. This is actually our coated knife with a 7-inch blade, and then it cuts the chicken perfectly in half. More normal than the large pieces that are uneven at the store. So you get half of it that is too big on one side and too small on the other side. It makes for some uneven cooking. So I'm going to chop this up real quick in just bite-sized pieces. All right, so I've got the chicken all chopped up. I'm going to put in some Creole seasoning, just about, I'm going to do 2 or 3 tablespoons. All right, so I'm gonna let that cook for just about 5 minutes over medium heat while I get the rest of the ingredients together. Then I'm gonna stir it and let it cook another 5 minutes. So 10 minutes total. All right, next we're gonna chop up some more meat. We need our sausage. And you guys, today I'm gonna use our quick slice. Another one of our cute colored coated knives. So this is just some andouille sausage. I'm gonna cut it in half. And then because these have a casing on them, they're a little bit tougher. This quick slice is great for softer fruits and vegetables, anything without a pit. So if you're wanting to slice mushrooms, strawberries, eggs, you'll see I'll do some peppers in a little bit, but it has this V-shaped blade. They're kind of a serrated edge, so it's not gonna smush your fruits and vegetables. It's just gonna cut them nice and evenly. So if you're doing a caprese salad, this works really well with the mozzarella and tomatoes. So because this one is a little bit harder, I'm gonna start it on the countertop, and it's protected because of the edge. The blade is not gonna reach your countertop. And then I'm gonna move it over onto the quick slice and rock it back and forth to get these nice, even slices. Next, we're going to do a couple of peppers. And I wanted you guys to see the size difference of these two peppers because I'm going to use our scoop loop, and I wanted you to see that you can soft enough, springy enough that you can use it for different size fruits and vegetables. So you guys know, keep the top. Every part of the pepper is good. We're going to take the scoop loop and just stick it in here and scoop out the seeds and veins. And it has two sides, so this pepper is a little bit smaller. I'm going to use the small side. These are great if you're making stuffed peppers, if you're making a cucumber boat or a zucchini boat, if you're doing cantaloupe or honeydew. See, it gets everything out. My son used it at Halloween to get the insides out of the pumpkin. And then I'm just going to quarter this one. Actually, both of them. Then I'm going to use our quick slice again to cut these down. So this is going to cut it into nice, even slices. Oh, that one too. And then if I want them smaller, if I want them cubed, I'm just going to turn them a quarter of a turn, put them back on there, and then I've got diced veggies. And then this thing is dishwasher safe too. So there's the timer for the chicken. I'm just going to stir it and let it continue to cook for another 5 minutes. You guys know you can also use our food chopper for chopping up veggies. So this was one of the first things I bought from Pampered Chef many years ago, and it has lasted forever. Now they even have a sharpening blade for it. So you want to put it in with the skin side up. This makes fast work of the peppers and onions. I especially like to use it for onions because I don't cry. Speaking of onions, we need half an onion. So I have another use for the other half, and I'm going to be making later, make some guacamole. Alright, I'm want to show you our simple slicer. So this is great because it has 3 settings. You can get 3 different size slices. It slides on. Take the top off and put the onion in. And I'm going to do the bigger slice. So it's also cool because it has these little grooves on the feet, so I can slice it straight into the bowl. I can slice it straight into the bowl or over the thing, and it's going to get all of it. And then I want to cut them up just a little bit more. I can quarter them, or of course use the food chopper. Smart, I would have out our scraper so I can scrape all of it straight into the bowl instead of using my hands on the onions. All right, next we need some garlic. So I have 3 cloves of garlic. And if you like to peel your garlic, if you're using the garlic slicer and you need to peel the garlic first, we have our garlic peeler. So you just put the garlic in here and roll it on your countertop, and it's gonna peel it for you. And then you just pop the peeled garlic into the press and use the little brush that comes with it, a little Barbie brush, to clean it off. If you do happen to get garlic on your hands, it's made of stainless steel, so you just run your hands under water and it will get the smell off. But if you don't feel like peeling the garlic, you don't have to. Our press will peel it for you. I didn't realize how much garlic I was wasting until I got the Pampered Chef garlic peeler and the garlic press. It is amazing how much you can get out of there. So our chicken is done. And I'm going to add our sausage. And let that cook just a couple of minutes while I get our cilantro ready for later. All right, so this is our herb mill. It is one of my favorites that just came out March 1st. So it has this ball in here that's gonna press the leaves down to keep them from flying up in the air. And I have some cilantro that I wanted to show you, our herb stripper. This is great. It has a hole big enough that you can actually put kale in there and strip it off, strip the leaves off. So this one, look, yay, it makes adding fresh herbs to your dish so much quicker, faster, easier. You guys cook with fresh herbs? I hope so, because they make your dish taste so much better. And then you can also do herbs and use it in our freezing trays. So this is just cilantro. I'm gonna put some in here. And then our herb mill has a base on the bottom that hides the blades when it's not in use. Of course, you can also use the base as a lid to store the herbs in your refrigerator. And then you bounce it down to get the herbs down into the grinder. And then if it stops or slows down, you just bounce it again. So it keeps from crushing and bruising the herbs. And you guys, the founder of Pampered Chef is actually left-handed. So all of our products are ambidextrous. Oh, I do it the wrong way. I'm supposed to do it toward me when it's left-handed. And when it's right-handed, you do it away from you. So very cool, easy way to get some fresh herbs in your meal. All right, so that has been cooking just a minute. I'm going to put our veggies in. Okay, so while the veggies are cooking, I am going to get started on dessert. So here we have our deep covered baker. Some of you guys may have this in the red color, but they just came out with it last season in this pretty gray color. So it is stoneware. It goes in your microwave and in the oven only. And then I'm going to bring over all of our other ingredients for desserts. So we have a box of cake mix, some icing. I'm going to make an icing to go on top of it. It's a whipped topping. And you guys, this tray is great. If you have to carry a bunch of stuff outside to your grill, it holds up to 30 pounds. You can actually carry a baby in here. All right, so for dessert, we're gonna make a lava cake. This is my son's favorite. Today I'm doing devil's food cake. He didn't like the one with wine in it. I don't know why. But I'm gonna put this into our deep covered baker. And the deep covered baker you can actually get for 60% off when you host a show in April. And I'm going to put in a can of soda, just 12 ounces. You can put in a beer, you can put wine in here. You can put any liquid that you want. So the last one that I did it was a white cake mix with white wine. And then I put some strawberries on top. I thought it was delicious. We've done a white cake mix and an orange soda, and then cream cheese icing, so make like a dreamsicle. The Guinness and the devil's food cake is really good. It just makes so much more rich. So all I'm doing is using our mix and masher to stir this up so there's no lumps. Normally I do this in one of my favorite products. The whole reason I joined Pampered Chef, which is our Rock Crock. The Rock Crock line goes everywhere. Goes in the microwave, on the stovetop, in the oven, under the broiler, outside on the grill, and then it goes in the dishwasher. So our mix and masher is awesome for mashing potatoes. If you don't want to get out, your mixer and you don't like lumpy potatoes, that will do the trick. So all I've got in there is the cake mix and the soda, and then I'm going to put the icing right on top. This is our scoop and spread. This thing is fantastic if you have small kids at home that want peanut butter and jelly all the time like mine. So you use one side to scoop out the jelly and one side to scoop out the peanut butter, and it doesn't crush the bread. Actually make a whole loaf of bread and make a whole bunch of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and then stick them in the freezer. I use our cut and seal to take the edges off for my picky little boy. So that's it. I'm just going to leave that on the top, and then I'll stick it in the microwave for 10 minutes with the cover on. Alright, so our veggies are starting to soften up. Now I'm going to put in a box of chicken broth. And a box of bow tie pasta. You can use linguine, fettuccine, whatever you want. So I'm going to bring that to a boil and let it cook for about 10 minutes. Once that's done, I'm going to put in a cup of our Parmesan cheese and half a cup of our heavy whipping cream. So while that is coming to a boil, I'm going to make the topping for our dessert. So this is just heavy whipping cream. It's cold. If it were warm, it would make butter. So I'm going to keep that cold until you're ready to use it. And then I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar. So this is our whipped topping maker. It is great for making whipped topping, but you can also make it make scrambled eggs, or you can make butter in here. And then a teaspoon of vanilla. And there's different flavor combinations you can put in here. And then I'm just gonna pump it up for 30 seconds. So it does have a fill line on there, so if you don't like to measure, you can tell how much cream to put in there. And it is dishwasher safe. This is so much better for you than those cans of whipped topping that you get at the grocery store. This is going to allow you to keep room in your refrigerator. There's no preservatives, none of the chemicals that go in it. And usually I get a can and then use a little bit of it, and then it stays in the refrigerator forever. So this is a perfect portion size. If you need more, just make a double batch, make another batch. If you have leftovers, which is very rare, you use the base as the lid. And I say it's very rare because my son likes to get a hold of it. So when it comes out, see, you have nice foamy peaks of whipped topping that we're going to put straight on top of our lava cake. All right, you guys, so the meal has been cooking for about 10 minutes and our cake is ready. Oh, I get a pot holder out. I'll show you both. So this is a lava cake. Everything, all the icing that we put on top has gone to the bottom. So the first person who digs into the lava cake has to scoop all the way down to the bottom. I'll show you this first because that looks so good. It smells delicious. Because in here, I'm going to put a cup of Parmesan cheese. I almost spilled it. A cup of Parmesan cheese. This is our measure all cup. It's awesome because I can pop the cheese out, or peanut butter, sour cream, yogurt, whatever you use that's a little bit stiffer. You can fill it up, find your measurement on the dry side, and then pop it out. It makes it so much easier than trying to scoop out the sides and clean off the sides. Or you can use it for liquid measurements for the other side. So I just need a half a cup of our heavy whipping cream. I'm gonna put that in. And once our cheese is melted, dinner's ready. And I'm gonna show you our lava cake. So remember, there's 3 ways you can get anything that you've seen today or during the party. You can buy it outright. You can host a show, get it 60% off, half off, or discounted. Or you can join my team and get a lot of it in your kit. So there's the lava cake. And of course you got to remember to put some of the whipped topping on. I hope I can clean this out. These are great if you put some of our seasonings in here, or some our popcorn seasoning. You can put that in and put it on your pancakes or waffles. So there you go. There's dessert already. See you guys tomorrow night. Let me know if you have any questions.